Okay, so we're gonna see if this is gonna work. I put a table behind, so hopefully the camera doesn't fall and you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna make a pair of slippers. Now, I remember my grandma crocheting these, and you know, we would run up and down the hall and slide, and yeah, they worked really good in the house. Anyways, I seen this lady, her name is Koala Knits and Knacks. She had made some, and like she said, there's for each 5 rows is usually like an inch. So I'm gonna make some honkin' slippers. So I'm thinking my foot is I didn't measure it, but usually I get a size 10 or 11. Well, I got a wide foot though, so I don't know. I usually get bigger size because my foot's wide. So if let's say we do an 11, that would be 55 rows. That seems like a lot, don't it? Not really. Now I'm not using the table with the hole in it because I want to, if I got to roll it up, this is, you know, I'm going to show you what you have to do. So I am going to first cast on, and we're going to put a whole bunch down there. It's called a long tail cast on. Now if you remember, I showed you before, we're going to weave this in and out. Okay, so I'm going to go in front of the hook, behind the hook, in front of the hook, behind the hook, in front, behind, in front, behind, in front, behind, until I get to back to the beginning. Okay, pull some more yarn out. Thankfully I got a center pull yarn. Sometimes you can't find that center pull, but this is going to work up in just a few minutes on the knitting machine. Now I'm using the hand crank one for right now, and then at some point we'll use the other one. Now see, I got right back here. Now I'm going to make sure my counter is at 0. I'll pull some yarn out here, and then I'm just going to go round and round and round. Now this should be row 1, yep. And then my counter still works. I do have a digital counter that I can mount on there. I just got them found it at Amazon. I think that's where everybody finds them. And they're not that much. They're about $15. And then you can just attach it with like some hot glue or something like that, you know, if your counter doesn't work. And it just runs on batteries. And it's really nice. So I am going to do 55 rows of this color yarn. And when it comes time to take it off the loom, I'll meet you back here. Oh, I pulled out too much. See, sometimes if you pull out too much at a time, you get these little knots. But anyways, I'm going to do 55 rows, and we'll come back here and I will show you how to assemble it. Okay, so now we are going to put some waste yarn on here. I just have this white waste yarn that I've used before. I'm going to go around, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 rows, and then we'll take it off the machine. If you want to make sure you have enough on there so that you can see your stitches, you have enough space to work with, It just makes it easier. 2 or 3 rows. You're going to lose your stitches probably. So you don't want to do that. Because my phone just doesn't, no matter what I do, I'm trying to get it so it doesn't fall. I'll have a new tripod tomorrow. Well, let me finish this. Yeah, we'll come back. All right. See if I can get this. All right. So now I got my waist yarn on there, and then all you're going to do is I just put my waist yarn down in the middle. I'll go around 2 times, and then it will automatically fall off. Watch. It's magic. It is magic. It just automatically kicks it off until I come to the very end, and it usually wants to, oh, it came all the way off. Alright, so now that we got that done, now we have to assemble it. So what I'm going to do here, it's all off, I'm just going to stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. Okay, I'm going to figure out where, and I don't know, this just don't seem long enough, but I don't know, we'll see, we got all this yet. Make sure that my beginning here, or where I started casting off, this is the very end, and you just want to roll it and roll it and roll it and fold it until you have, you want 2 crochet ends right there, which looks like we have it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and find my handy dandy little hook and pick up here, and I don't even know if this is on camera. Just bring it through, come down here, go to the bottom, bring it through, pick up this loop, and you just, and come down here under this one because you want to get here and then, whatever. And then pick up here so that you have a really nice cast off edge. Alright, so I'm going to keep on doing this. I do this really slow. Some people, you know, they can crochet a little faster than me. I'm a little pokey in that department. If it says it takes 15 minutes, it's probably going to take me 30 or 45. So I'm going to finish this and then we'll be back. Okay, so for this part, so we got this all off the loom. And for this part, this is a drawstring cast on. So we're going to just cinch this together. I'm trying to do this on the opposite side of the camera. Let's see. Just gonna pull it together. And just keep twisting this in so that it doesn't buckle too much or whatever. And I like to put my finger in there a little bit. Okay. So we got that pretty much where I want it, I believe. Okay. I'm going to take my, well, I really got a long tail end here. Holy criminies. I have to cut some of that off. We'll see. Oh, I got a knot in the end of this one. I cut that off. Okay. So, I'm just going to go at the very end of this, right here. You can see me. Is you want to close up that toe. You gotta make sure, you know, we don't want no toesies peeking through, do we? So I'm just gonna go around it a little bit, like so. Pick up so many stitches and go to the next section. Turn it, so I want to make sure that we have no hole for our toe to poke out of. Seems to be like there's still a hole. I'll just go across it. I think we got it closed up pretty well. Okay, now comes the fun part. We're going to start seaming this up, and you want these V stitches going the same way. Alright, so yeah, see these little V stitches? You want them going the same way. And we're going to start down here. I'll pick up here. And then we're going to crisscross over to the other side. And come back over to this side. We're going to pick up in between those V stitches. There's what they call a bar. No, not a bar that you can drink at. Just a bar of, I gotta make sure I'm not twisting this. See, almost. I come back over here. I always remember sliding around the house in these things when my grandma made them. They were so fun. Little skis. I'm gonna come back over here. See, you got this little bar in between the V's. Got this one. I'm going to do 2 at a time. There you go. And you don't have to tighten it up just yet. You can tighten it all at the end. I just happen to have a whole slew of yarn. We got 2 of them. Oh, see, you get that big piece of yarn, you gotta be careful. It doesn't tangle and knot and everything. 1, 2. If you can count to 2, you're good. You just need to pick up 2 bars at a time. I think I messed up right there. We'll find out. This is my first pair. 1, 2. I think I might have me a little hole. Oh, one's right now. So I'm going to continue until I get to where this is going to end. Which how I'll figure that out is I'll fold it in half, and it's going to end right about here. Of course, I don't have a stitch marker handy. Oh, I do. I'm going to mark it with a stitch marker so I know where to end the seaming up. So, I'm going to fold that in half, and right about where I think the halfway mark is, I'm going to say about here. I could be wrong. Alright, there goes the phone again. Alright, so I'm going to finish doing this, and I'll meet you back when I'm to the next part. Okay, so I got it stitched all the way up from the toe up. So now in theory, if I pull this yarn, all these are going to be hidden. You just got to pull straight, and it'll pull everything closed. Oh, that was kind of cool. Look at that. Huh. Wow. It worked. And it's just pretty seamless. I'm going to pull a little bit more up here. Oops. I'm going to pull too much. Well, I guess it looks pretty good. All your stitches back and forth here are lining up quite nice. Look, they're all in a nice little line. Now I just have to get this yarn out of my way here. I need to secure this. Then I'll just... Now I'm not going to put a pom-pom on mine. I know some people put pom-poms on them. Yeah, I never really cared for the pom-poms. I'm not a pom-pom type gal. Probably should have secured it on the inside, huh? Oh well. Yeah, I probably should have flipped into it this way. It will be fine. Oh, I hit the phone. So I'll secure it a little bit in here too. Well, there we go. Well, we got that part done. Hallelujah. Alright, I gotta stitch up this back end, so meet me back here in a little bit. Well, you know what? I secured my end and I tied off my yarn tail and hid it and did all that. Silly me. So now I'm going to have to tie a piece of yarn on here so I can close this puppy up. So all we're going to do is put my needle through, and I'm just going to double tie this. Now, what I was thinking, but you know. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to match these up. Actually, I think I'm going to turn it inside out. Hang on. Don't know which side I like better. Okay. This will be fine. I'm going to put the seam on the inside. So, what I'm going to do, oh, get in the camera, I'm just going to basically go in one seam, or one loop, if you can see this, and then I'm just going to go back and forth. Gonna go to each stitch, pop that baby through, and then on to the next until we get to the bottom. So I'm just gonna weave this back and forth like so. Just make sure you get both stitches. Let's see, is it sticking together? It seems to be. I'll pull it down a little bit, and then I'll come back on this side. Alright, when I'm done with that, I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I got the whole back is nice and secure. And then we have to do, we could leave it like this and it would just be, you know, a straight bolt because, you know, my feet are bolts. Or we can take this and get that corner and just put that corner up just a smidge bit. Okay, you see a little triangular there, and then we're going to stitch around this little triangle to secure it. So I'm going to go, good thing I had a long piece of yarn apparently. I was going to need it anyways. I don't know. This Red Heart yarn that I use for this has got to be the cruddiest yarn I've ever used. I don't know why, but it seemed to want, I don't know. The light color was fine, but the darker color just, I don't know. I don't know if it's just the yarn. I don't know. Could be user error. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to, I guess that's pretty good. Let's get this little piece here. Looks like I may have missed it. Okay. I'm just gonna pass the needle through here. I can start down at this corner. Now, I'm not the best at doing this, but we'll see what we come up with. We're gonna go up this V, stitch it down, and grab. You want to grab from underneath, you know, so you're actually anchoring it down. And come up to the top of it. Get that little tip of that V right there. And we're just gonna I want to secure it. Secure it. I think I want to do one more. I don't know. I don't want to put too many knots because, you know, this is going to be on the back of your foot. So, oh, I tried to tie the knot a little too soon. Alright, I'm going to try it on. Let's see how it is.